The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 6, Nasdaq's up 31, S&Ps are up 3, gold contracts down $2.80 at $12.55 an ounce. You have silver down 21 cents, $16.69 an ounce. Platinum down 7 at $9.38 an ounce. We got copper off 3 pennies, $2.51 a pound. Light sweet crude down 40 cents, $49.02 a barrel. We get natural gas coming out today.
Sure, inventories 10:30 Eastern. Yep.
And that's been moving big time up and down.
Yes.
The 10-year right now is down 1 tick, 126.12. 30 years up 2, 153.27. Now, 10 years already taken out its B point. Hasn't been held price yet, but it's going to have the volume. So, we'll see where this shakes out. But that's going to be at least a complex ABC structure on the way up, and that's projecting a 128.23, and a 128.23 will get us down to 2% on the 10-year, which would be crazy. And we're at 2.21 right now. What is interesting, though, is that I got to figure this out, too, because, it started yesterday, is that Bloomberg is reporting that the WIRP, that the probability of the rate hike is down to 60%, and it's wrong. I mean, their own system is saying, even yesterday it was at 80%, now it's at 90%. So
I didn't hear what they were saying. We'd have to see what they were saying.
I'm going to send them over an email. They've been broadcasting all day long that the Fed funds rate is 60%. King dollar's up 123 ticks, 97.59. The euro's at 111. The yen is at 111. And bottom line is that we got some volatility, and now you got a trading market, folks.
Where's the VIX?
VIX,
that's 16. It's above 16 pre-market this morning. It's probably pulled back a little with the market stabilizing. Now we're at 15, but peaked above
16.30.
Yeah.
So the last high was 16.28. Look at that. That was on the 17th.
Sure.
Gets the 16.30, backs down.
You remember that was kind of coming into the France vote, right? Where there's some volatility about Europe and just making sure that things went according to the polls as they did, and then you have the drop-off in the VIX. But this is kind of the calm after yesterday's storm. Right?
No doubt. Right? Now here, let's go right over to the NQs, because the NQs, this is where I was
quite a day yesterday.
And today you get the bounce. I was looking for this bounce right here.
So you're looking at NASDAQ 100.
I am, and the bounce I'm looking for is right there. It just went by it, but that's the number right there.
Sure.
It's the low from 10:50 yesterday morning.
That was
folks.
like the end of our show. Remember, it accelerated a little bit towards the end of the program, 10:50 in the morning. So that's kind of that low.
And let's see. So
quite a bump off the bottom we're getting here.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. There's no, and that makes sense. I mean, bottom
It also
line,
could have made sense when I woke up and I was seeing that the Dow futures were down 110. That it could have been another day of 200, 300 easy too.
Oh yeah. So. Well, you want to see something, folks, and this is going to be this. It's so wild how this works. Is that one market falls apart, and then all of a sudden something happens, and another market falls apart. You want to see something bizarre.
Well, it's not every day that the president gets taped.
Is that what happened? I heard your update.
He's supposedly on tape, basically giving a nod to.
This is the president of Brazil, by the way, folks.
To a nod to a bribe being handed to somebody. But he's the fact that he's on tape. That's pretty damning.
What you're looking at, folks, is that the Brazil market is down 10%. 6,000 points. It trades at 61,000.
Sure.
And the bottom line is that's about as intense as it can get.
It sure is. They're going to be dealing with some political turmoil. We're not the only ones.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Now let's get over to the gold market. GC gold out here, I believe, is now $5. Yeah, so we're down 660. Gold has gone from a price point this morning from $12.65. You're at $12.52. You're coming right back into the strength from yesterday. We'll see where this shakes out. The way that I look at this market right now is that we actually have higher volume than yesterday and to get a higher high. So that's telling me that we're going to be right back topside. Yesterday we did 378,000. You've already done 238. That's the same. We're going to probably do about the same. That's a lot of volume. And we're going into 254,000 as well as 318,000. So that's what it needed.
I think that was the biggest day in 8 months, they were saying, in the indices for a pullback.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense all across the board, right? Yeah.
Now watch this. And if for all you folks that are trading the doubles and the triples, this is like a wicked heads up, because now we're at a higher number. So the GDX is down 73 cents, right?
Sure.
Now it's dramatic. It's really light volume, okay? Bottom line, but you're down. Now watch this. NUGT. You go over to the Nugget. The Nugget's down $3.30.
Sure.
Because you're at a higher number.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
And that's also down on light volume.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Inside the Nugget, you got ABX. ABX is down 47 cents. That's the highest weighting structure. Now that's coming into 14 million. So today's going to be a big day because I don't want to see more than 14 million, and you could have more than 14 million because we're at 3.7 right now.
Yeah.
It's coming into the high is 1684. That's coming into the low is 1639. You're at 1665. So if you're a bull, you'd like to see the 1684 get rejected with lighter volume.
Okay.
Because if we trade to 1639, that's saying that it's good. That'd open up the bottom again. Pretty intense.
Yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now are up 39. You get the NASDAQ. Dow Industrials up 18. NASDAQ's up 39. S&Ps are up 4.5. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 12. You get the Nasdaq up 36. S&Ps are up 3.5. And, of course, we get natural gas. Let's go over to the Nadex platform, folks. If you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. You see the banner on the top of the side. And, in fact, in that break right there.
We make use of those breaks.
We make use of those breaks. And then so the NDX 100, I was just going over what I thought would be going on the NDX 100. And there's a lot of different time frames that you can do.
Sure. We're looking at the dailies, right? And then we drill it down. Go ahead. So we're looking
first I went into the dailies, but I would be giving up quite a bit of premium.
You'd be paying up the premium.
Yeah, all day long. I'd be paying the premium up. Not that... This
is the one you were looking at, I believe, 56.20 to 56.80. The market's at 56.27. And if you were going to sell this, you'd be selling it right here, so you're risking 100 to make 300. But what's important is you're paying 20 points almost in the Nasdaq there. That's a decent premium when you got to move that far just to break even. And then what to keep in mind though is that you might say, okay, 17 points isn't that outlandish, right?
Right.
You have your profit capped at 55.80. That's the important part of that too.
Right. Right.
So we just jumped around from there. We said, okay, how about the noon ones? And we jumped to 12. Here's the 12, trading at 56.26. We pulled up this one right here. So this is 10 points now. We're talking about a full spread. The ceiling is 56.15. We're 11 points above it. But you can see the type of risk rewards here now if you sell it, where you're risking 16 points for an 85, and your max profit is at 56.05. Now your max profit is only about almost 5 points away from where you were going to get in on the other trade.
Right.
And you still have an hour and 40 minutes.
And that's plenty of time.
Yeah, you're trading intraday. You're looking for this bounce, this level up here, maybe to hit it and trade down, right? And I mean, just graphically, your max profit is where my cursor is right here.
Exactly.
56.05.
Right.
That's not outlandish.
That's not a big move.
No.
Particularly because if we go to the Bloomberg for a second, the number that I was looking for, NQ, we went past the number. So the real question is going to be like, that's the number right there. It's 56. It was lower than it's 56.2650.
Yeah.
So we got to 56.34.
Okay.
Now the question is going to be: is that the test, and did you come back off that with volume? We'll find out.
Sure.
Yeah. So now natural gas.
Okay. Let's jump around. So we're jumping over here to our commodities, our spreads, natural gas. Let's close these so we don't get confused as we jump around here. And let's take a look at the 11 o'clocks first.
Okay.
We'll start there. We're trading at 319, call it, 319.5, almost 320. So what's going to happen here is immediately it's tough on the 11 a.m.s, right? Because we'd be looking for 320 for the ceiling and the floor.
Yep.
And they're 5 pennies away.
Wow. Yeah, that's huge.
So that's not good at all for the type of volatility trade that you wanted to make there. And I'm just going to open it up. There's probably been some movement ahead of time. Yep, there you go. Right.
Movement, all right.
So let's jump around though. Let's see what the 12 o'clocks. Here we go. 12 o'clocks have it. Okay, and this is all just according to when they're moving there, when these get opened, where the market is at that time. So here we have 12 o'clock. Whoops, I just opened another graph. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here is the spread on the positive one. Here's the spread on the negative one. Whoops, we got all sorts of windows. We'd be buying the one with 320 to 340. And what's again nice here is that we're only 1 penny away. So this one's all premium though, because we're, the market's underneath where it's at. And this one's going to have a little bit of value in it. We'll be selling it. And so there you're looking about $33, 3.3 pennies.
3.3 pennies.
Away from 320. We're almost a penny bearish already. So it'd be nice if we got downward movement because we're already a penny into the money.
And it already got quite bearish though during the day thus far, right?
When I see volatility, I don't see bearishness necessarily. It had a huge run up, right? I mean, it's just kind of back to where it was.
Okay, yeah, so at 6 o'clock this morning it started, goes up until 8 and then gives it all back. Interesting.
Yeah, so, It's just had a wild ride, not necessarily one way or the other, up and down, and then back to where we started.
Let's see here. If I put natural gas right now.
Yeah, see, relatively flat, up 0.09% for the day.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And we just want to make sure, I think we might be on a different contract, 'cause you're trying to, no, maybe just the delay. I just get, there's been a lot of movement, but our contract's at 320 either way. This is at 328 right now.
Okay. Yeah, this looks to me like it wants lower price. Guys, you can go back to the.
Yeah, so they are a different contract. Either way, they're going to trade similar, but that's why, we're looking at June, trading at 318, and the Bloomberg pulled it to July, which is 328. But either way, they're going to move basically in tandem. So yeah, we'll see where the numbers come out. 3.3 pennies. Can figure that out even during the break if we want. See where these line up. But if that's a trade you wanted to make, and with the, let's see how high did it trade to this morning? Just trying to see if we got that same type of movement, where we are in relation to what would be risking. Whoops, that was the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's dropping a little bit, 56.25. We'll jump back there, but. So we're as high as 323.82. So,
big move.
It is a big
5
move.
pennies.
It is a big move, except that, would barely begin to break even right at this level up here.
Right.
Just to keep in mind,
Right.
Always good to keep in mind.
And it looks to me like it's actually going a little bit lower. A man in Colorado, Mr. Bill, saying natural gas is going up because it's snowing in Denver.
I got friends in Colorado on Facebook, and they're showing weather maps, and it's snowing. Yesterday it was 74 degrees, they're saying, and man, I think we're going to get a high today of like 98. Do you know that? Yeah.
And right where we are?
Where we are. I'm talking about
Really?
I didn't realize the heat was here either. I pulled up my weather app last night, and just to take a peek, and it gives you the highs of the day. And today was 98. I think tomorrow's like 97, 96. Really? Yeah, I said, man, what happened to spring? What happened to? We're at 100-degree humidity. You know what though? If you stepped outside yesterday, you might have felt it. I felt it. I did. It was a different kind of heat. And I even, what happened was I jumped in my car to go somewhere at 9:30 at night.
Okay.
Quick run to the store, and it was like 84 degrees in my car. And that's when I was like, whoa, what's this is. The air conditioning in my home had me a little blinded, right? But man, the
just
heat
like
is,
you know what happens, folks, is that of course during the winter, you always see us in here with sweatshirts. We have a beautiful building, but for some reason it's freezing here all the time. And now it's
keep
great.
us nice and cool and awake. Yeah, well, most of the time you'd rather it cold than hot, right? In terms of, especially when you need to work. Nobody likes to be hot when they need to do work.
There's no doubt about that.
No doubt.
Let's go inside the Dow Industrial, see the strength versus the weakness. Strength out here today is Walmart.
Yeah, they came in with good numbers, right?
Their internet numbers were big, but it's up. That's putting.
No, it's debatable. I know it wasn't like gangbusters. They were. I think it's 63% online growth.
Oh, yeah.
But the debate is that just coming right from Jet or third party? They talked about could be in there or something. There's
because they just bought Jet.
Well, that's.
Right.
I mean, they should be seeing growth. That's what their deal is. But in the same respect, they also had increased same-store sales. And their expectation, which I found surprising, was even for increased same-store sales.
Wow,
so
it's hitting Costco. Costco's down 60, putting a negative 16 points into the Dow.
Who knows? That could be Amazon too. They're in trouble, right? It's like.
Well, Costco's done well. I mean, Costco's at highs.
Okay.
It's not like another retailer. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow right now is up 44. Nasdaq is up 41. S&Ps are up 7.5. They just got to bump up. We're gonna be right back, folks.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, that wasn't Costco. That was Cisco that was putting the damage into the Dow. Sorry about that.
It makes more sense, right?
Yeah. Natural gas gap down 317, right?
Yes,
let's see what they have to say.
Go ahead, see if we see as we follow the chart. You're looking it up on Bloomberg.
Okay,
go for it. But yeah, looks like we might see more natural gas inventories than they might have expected. We had a little bit decline. And there you go. So stockpiles rose 68 billion cubic feet, and the estimate was 62 billion cubic feet.
Okay.
We'll flash this over real quick. Let's see, gas inventories rose to 2.3 trillion. Stockpiles, 68 billion cubic feet, and 62 is the headline number for the estimates. So that'll put a little boost to the downside. But as we say that, it was down, and now we're right back up to almost 319, exactly where we're trading at.
Not enough volatility, though.
Definitely not.
Yeah, that's how that baby shakes out.
And let's jump back to the market, because you said, I mean, that's getting a little bit of a boost now, right? S&P's up 9 points on the day, and the Dow... Yeah. Dow's up 66, coming off being down 110 almost overnight.
So you got, okay, so you're at this is the benchmarks out here too. You're at the same place. You're coming up to ICE. So this is the battle lines right here, folks.
There it is.
And if we haven't been in a trader's market for a long time. So bottom line, this is where basically the bulls and bears are going to be fighting.
Sure.
And we'll see that lay out. And the cool thing is that we have volatility, and if you are a day trader, you got a market now, man. And a market, you can go both sides of the market, which is really cool.
300 down, 200 up, 300 down,
totally,
right? No.
Do you know what I mean? And what happens. This is what's cool about a market like this too, folks, is that the difference is you don't need every tick tops and bottoms. You need movement.
Sure.
You get in and out, and the bulls and bears. Everyone's going to feel like a genius in a market like this if it can stay a spread of a good 10 points. That's,
in the SP you're talking about, right? Yeah.
A different ball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now let's go over to the GDX. What you're going to see here, this looks to me like we're setting up an ABC structure up on the GDX, and this would be really cool if this is what it is, because it was a shocker. that the market was still down. The GDX pulls back quick, right? We had a high yesterday of 23.67. You pull back to 22.55 this morning. The thing was fast. It's off that now. Now the question is going to be, can it get any power over 22.84? If you go to the Nugget and you look at the Nugget, because it looks to me like on the dailies they're going to set up right. The real question is, you want to see them close at the high of the day. That's what I'd like to see anyway.
Sure.
Inside the NDX 100, the strength.
One more time.
The strength versus the weakness. So strength out here is INCY. That's up 7.8%. What is this one? Oh, Sapphire. Share PLC. That's a drug.
Shire.
Shire. That's up 4%. Series up 3.8. Nvidia's up 3.5. Cisco's taking it apart. Cisco's down 7%. Baidu's down 1.6. Yahoo's off 1.6.
How about Sirius? Can we take a look at Sirius? Because I like Sirius fundamentally.
I do too.
We both have it in our cars.
Seriously, man.
And a lot of people have it.
Yeah.
It's a great product. I'm pretty much hooked on it now, and I wonder, they must have. Did they just? Can you go into the new? Well, let's check this out. They must have come out with their news and
this
numbers.
thing looks like it wants to go to 552, and right now you're at 491.
Let's see.
Report deal with.
Sirius in talks to make a bid for Pandora.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. You know what's interesting? So Pandora's just another listening service, right?
Right.
And so I don't use it that much either because
I used to use it on my phone a lot.
Okay. So now I have Sirius, and so I just pull up even their online app. We can stream all their channels. So at home I listen to it. What is interesting is that when I plug in my phone to my car, it tries to boot up Pandora. And so, like, they have all these deals, right, where maybe they're syncing with it or trying to work with it.
Right.
But I don't use it, so it's kind of a pain. And then Amazon with Alexa, you can say play music or whatever, and I think you can tie it to Pandora, you can tie it to Amazon Music. You can't tie it to Sirius right now, though, and that's what I was going to bring up as to how it's interesting to see how are they going to get boxed out of that market. Maybe Amazon's going to make a deal with them, though, because it's such a big product these days. You know, if you lease a car, brand new car, they try and get it in there, right?
They give it for 3 months or 6 months.
Or I think I got it for a year, right, where they get you hooked, of course, and then you get used to it. So I was curious how that was going to tie into, the Google Homes, the Amazon Alexas, the Amazon Echo. And it'll be interesting, though, because Pandora's already tied into that. And so maybe that is Sirius trying to pipe their way into more avenues. And maybe Pandora has done a better job of getting tied into those types of dealer, where it's, whether it's BMW, whatever car dealership, syncs it in your home, whatever, when you're talking about, the Amazon Echo, that's one thing. I wish I could go home and, you talk to it. And so I set it up recently, and you want to be able to tell it to, like, play music.
Yeah.
And I don't have Pandora set up. I don't have Amazon Music set up. So it's a little unfortunate, right? But if maybe they'll tie it into Sirius.
Yeah. And that'll really do it.
Yeah, those deals are going to be big as to who makes those partnerships to have access to man, if you got one product running your home, right, you better have that product able to interact with your product in terms of a business.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks in this market. Bank of America is up 33 cents. Cisco's the one that's getting killed. Apple's up 271. Nvidia's up 451. Facebook's up 210. Let's go over. I want to go over some of these high flyers and.
Sure.
Because they didn't even get hurt yesterday. But guess. Oh, I like this. Okay, so check this. When I say they didn't get hurt, volume came in. So Facebook went down with 28 million. Well, we'll see what they get today. It's already at 7.8. That's pretty good. Google. Let me see how this shapes out. Google down with 2.3, and you get 555. The real key is going to be watching, folks. Does volume die in the vine after, in the next few hours?
Sure.
Because now, this is what's pretty cool about bringing these up early. Let me go see Amazon. Because what I've found is this. Yeah, Amazon is up $11. You got 1.4 million, and you're down yesterday in 5.1. Now, what happens is that when you get a downdraft like this and you get volume that comes in early, you should be able to get follow through and get the volume. If you don't, it's showing that right off the bat. What has happened is that you get early buying, but that's where that whole fade takes place, and then that's trouble. Because you got the price going, you didn't get enough buy-in at the end of the day, or going through the day, and what you're going to look for, I'd be looking for a slight back off in price also.
Okay.
If you got that, you're setting up a B to C of an ABC structure on the way down. So.
Sure.
We got a market, man. That's the bottom line. Let's go look at Walmart. So Walmart got over its high. That's going to be interesting. This is, let's see. Yeah, you can really almost make the case that Walmart might be an ABC up.
Yeah.
It's a complex one, but...
Hey, if they're having brick and mortar store growth, and that could be from some of those, grocery store, right? They're building in terms of, they're not the Macy's, they're not JCPenney, that's for sure.
No, totally.
But it is interesting that Target was supposed to decline 3, and they only declined 1 or something, whatever it was, right? And Walmart was expected to grow. I mean, total revenue climbed 1.4%, and where's same-store sales? Where is it?
60,
That's all right, yeah. All of a sudden, Walmart is a primary competitor to Amazon, as opposed to a fragmented cluster. Partnered some consulting firm.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Let's go see where our look at natural gas.
Volatility, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But again, we would have been choosing 320, so the last thing we would have wanted was this oscillating right around 320, right?
Yeah.
But you could have had a trade to the downside, got out of there almost at break even, three pennies to the downside, and then, have exposure to the upside. And we were looking at the 12 noon ones, if you remember.
Right.
So we would have that extra
the
time.
11s didn't work, right?
Yes,
They were
yes.
just too far away.
Yeah, interesting. And let's take a look at the NASDAQ, 5631. So those until noon as well. We're up about 5.6 points from where we got in that trade. We'll see where that shakes out as well. So back to just before we jump across,
Walmart,
right? Because we were looking at the Jet deal. And this is where...
So that does include the Jet numbers, which they bought in September.
It does, for sure. Right. And they said in here, though, that some of the growth, let's see, deals have helped burnish Walmart's online image, and they talk about some of the other smaller deals they had in here. They had, Bonobos for about $300 million, though the majority of the e-commerce growth came from its long-standing Walmart.com site last year. So it's probably debatable, right? How are they? And this is where you really need a fundamental, and maybe some of the analysts have that type of a grasp. But how are they funneling people from Jet to maybe Walmart? Does that count, right? It must be some of that growth has to be coming from the Jet brand in terms of how they pipe people into their own site and so forth.
And the other side of it, I guess, is that you have the amount of shoppers that Walmart has. The bottom line is that they'll get used to shopping online too.
Yes, no, definitely, and they can compete on price. That's what they have the warehouses. They're the one company out there that probably can give them a run for their money, and especially trying to make that type of an acquisition like Jet. And they even talk about part of the worry is they're spending a lot on their own online growth and all this stuff, and so will profits maybe take a back seat for the next year or two as they try and invest in the capital of growing that.
No doubt. So what's so funny, folks, is that I don't go to Walmart a lot, but I do go to Walmart when I want fishing gear. Okay, because they have great great sports gear. They probably have a lot of great stuff.
They do.
The bottom line is that when I'm realizing, I say, okay, hold it, man, I'm going to go get some gear, and gear's expensive, right? If you go to Walmart, you get the exact same gear, and they are a good 20% less. Sure. I mean, it's a big number, man.
That's how it works.
So you can see that that's in people's head, and for some reason, I guess with fishing, I want to hold that. So that's a little bit different
versus buying it on Amazon.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. Yeah. So they'll get some business this weekend.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
877-927-6648. Let's go take a look at the XLF. So the XLF yesterday got smoked, folks. Yep, that's setting up an ABC down. Okay, so check it out. So you gapped down yesterday, did 141 million shares on the way down. And, you get 30 million now, but it's not even holding price. So we're building cars to go break that 2290 area. And that's where, let's bring this back a little bit further. Oh, this is teetering. Okay, so this gets really interesting, actually. So this is teetering going all the way back to December 6th. Well, here, I'll put this on a weekly. Make it a little bit cleaner. Yeah, so looks to me that that's going to be the November time frame. That's a long consolidation. You get a break. 2279, that's some strength there. That's when we went up in December. That was the second leg up inside the XLF. That's going to be a leg that you want, that breaks down, we'll go to 2170. And the way those interest rate structures are going, it's like that thing is still game, which is still hard to comprehend.
Sure.
So here, let's go to the Brazil deal for a second.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw that headline, right? Do you see that too, right?
I did. Yeah, let me see. How did I just do this? I know how to do it. Let's see.
EWZ, I think, is one of a big ETF.
It is.
Check out, EWZ,
So watch this, folks. This is crazy. EWZ closed yesterday at 39.14 and opened this morning at 32.
Yeah, you're talking about 20%, 39 to 32, down 7, almost 20%, 18. Right. And it's up huge. It's up like 45, was up 45, 46% on the year.
Yep.
But optimism can wane when the president gets caught on tape taking bribes.
And so here's the deal, folks. So check this out. This is pretty wild how the... okay, I had the story. It's these two... It's the largest meat packers in the world. Let me see how I did this.
Yeah.
That they gave up. They made a deal.
I bet it was somewhere where you just were, if we want to scroll down.
Yeah.
There were a lot of...
It was here, and then I think I pulled up the news.
Sure.
It's these Batista brothers. Well, we'll try this one.
Sure.
Well, I know what the story is. So what the story is that
maybe when
let's see, Brazil.
Batista brothers.
There it is, beautiful. So wait till you see this, folks.
Okay, by taking their father's slaughterhouse in the Brazilian countryside and building the world's largest meat producer.
Largest meat producer.
Yeah, not just Brazilian, largest. Wesley and Josley Batista earned a reputation as consummate deal makers. Their latest bargain, which may be their boldest yet, has dragged the country into and the president into a crisis. The brothers who control and run meat giant JBS SA are among 7 company executives who signed a plea bargain agreement with the Brazilian authorities in exchange for reduced sentences. And according to a person with direct knowledge, asking not to be identified, the accord related to investigations into transactions between JBS and the state-run banks and pension funds. And here's where, as part of that agreement, the brothers submitted to the Supreme Court a recording that shows President Turner approving a payment to Eduardo Cunha, the mastermind behind last year's impeachment of former President Dilma Rousseff. Man, there's some eerie ties to what's going on here, just as this rolls around.
Sick.
According to a newspaper, so in return, Batista's agreed to pay $67 million in fines. And, you know, this is talking about when they handed it over to the Supreme Court. This is, they made a deal with the government.
Yeah.
And they had tapes of recordings.
Right. And they don't even face a trial now, though.
That's what happens when you turn state's evidence. We all watch Law and Order occasionally. You turn state's evidence, you get a deal. First one to talk gets the deal, right?
Right.
And then, you know, as a result, all of this, a deal getting made, the new president paying off, you know, basically agreeing to pay off the guy who was a result of the mastermind behind the impeachment of the person.
That's what's pretty intense.
Well, you get the guy impeached and then you roll in.
They're all corrupt.
That seems pretty, corrupt. Get that. Seems pretty cheap to get to be president in terms of paying just somebody $60 million that got the previous person impeached and then you roll into office. Well, oh no, this is I'm confusing. Okay, yeah. So the payment. I wonder what the payment is.
It's probably cheap money.
Yeah.
These politicians get paid off for nothing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll sell the soul for nothing.
So if nothing else, the revelations illustrate how deeply embedded the Batistas are in both the country's business and political life. JBS and other companies under the J&F umbrella have financed almost a third of the representatives in Brazil's Chamber of Representatives. They doled out a record 387 million reals in donations in the 2014 election. More recently, JBS has struggled amid several investigations. That's surprising. Either way, quite a day in Brazil. Volatility.
Either way, they're still in power.
And that's going to be rocking for a while, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. Big time. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow right now is up 44. Nasdaq's up 38. S&Ps are up 6. We're going to be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge Heard Daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with hosts Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome, folks. Dow right now up 38. You get the Nasdaq up 35. S&Ps are up 5.5. Let's just go see. I'm just curious as to what kind of juice we got in this market. So in the NYSE, you get 276. That's not bad. On the Nasdaq Composite, you got 641. So that's some good volume. We'll see. And that's the real key is going to be, how do we end up the day?
Sure. Yesterday ended a little bit of. I got busy yesterday too in the afternoon. I didn't peek down until the market had closed. Last time I had seen it, it was at 250. I said, "Ooh."
Yeah, right. When it starts happening down, man, it's pretty amazing how fast it can actually go.
Yeah. Yeah. So just jumping back as we finish up the hour, taking a look at natural gas again. Up considerably from its low. But this is where, if you're making these types of trades, don't be afraid to take a quick profit or a break even if you get to move one way or the other, because most of the time on these oil, natural gas 1030 numbers, the first move is not always the same direction it's going to flow in.
Right. Right.
And they can be bigger than this. Like, if you were, but this is one of those examples. Maybe if you were bullish and you get the pullback immediately, you take your money, you break even, and then you look for the next hour and a half to go positive. And we'll see where the NASDAQ, we've now pulled back to where we're as high as 56.32, I think, 56.33, maybe even higher, but I just happened last time we checked. We're now coming back into basically where we made this trade. So time has eclipsed and the market's changed because of that. But, you still got until noon.
An hour.
No, like anybody watching knows, an hour.
Oh, an hour.
The NASDAQ 100.
I only need 5 minutes in the NASDAQ.
I was going to say
for
10
points.
Exactly. You need 2 minutes, man. That's just the right 2 minutes.
Right. And listen, folks, as you're over at our website at TFNN, don't forget about Everbank. I'm looking at the real right now. Is that how much is the British? I mean, the Brazilian real is getting killed too. So you have a lot of different options inside the currency markets that you can open a foreign currency account. You can go to the pound, you can go to the euro if you want to take a shot. If you want to go to South America, guess what? You can buy some reels out here this morning, and you don't have to trade them. You're just going down there, and it bounces back. Guess what? You get your trip paid for, and you get a discount overnight.
We'll highlight the Brazilian real today, sure.
Yeah. I hear you. It's pretty wild, man. These accounts are really cool.
There's huge volatility in Forex, in forward currencies right now, for sure.
Right.
So, if you're traveling, you can lock yourself in, and either way, you can gain some exposure and diversify yourself if you want to as well. Yeah.
So check it out on the front page of TFNN, folks. You just hit the banner.
Yep.
And as you hit the banner, you're going to see, just read down a little. We'll give you all the currencies that you can do, the rules that are in it. It's FDIC insured. You can use it. You get interest on it.
IRA eligible, right?
IRA eligible, all of the above.
And what happens is you open an account with
no monthly fees.
You open an account with Everbank, and then you have access to this. You have access to all the other great products they have. They have those market safe CDs, right? You know, and I think they said they have another one coming out maybe later this month, early next month.
Yeah.
So those are always a great deal, whether it's IRA eligible, and I'm always looking at those myself, just personally, in terms of for IRA, you don't need the money, you want some exposure with no downside risk, right?
Right.
That's the big.
That's the big.
The only
one.
cost is the opportunity cost.
No principal risk.
It's a pretty cool deal.
Yeah,
anytime you can gain exposure to, especially when you get some nice volatility, man.
Oh, and we got it.
Yeah,
we got it. You know, market outs here. Bottom line is that you know you got the E-minis up 5. What I expect you're going to see here, folks, is that we're going to, you know, basically, I suspect. Well, we'll find out. When I was looking at this market, I was expecting it to be down about 10. You know, the way this market's trading right now, we opened at 23.55. Yeah, we could close right there. That wouldn't be too tough to take.
Sure.
Let me look at the SPY for a second. So, your SPY's up 80 cents. We got to 237. The volume wasn't bad there. It's really going to depend on this first pullback, what type of volume we get. You stay right there. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's going to be coming up next with you. And, of course, then we're going to swim lessons. Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back, and it's Thursday, so we got our man, Mr. Andy Heck. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one. Look at him.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.